happens or it doesn't. But quantum mechanics doesn't work like that. In a many-world scenario, every possible outcome occurs in some universe. This means that in some realities, the gun fires and your life ends. But you will never experience those outcomes. You will only ever find yourself in the universes where you continue to exist.
All right, I don't even know how to explain this, but something is seriously wrong. I just watched an AI-generated video, and it's basically stolen from thoughts that I've had for years. Thoughts I've really only talked about privately. And the crazy part about it, this video was posted a few weeks ago. At first, I thought it maybe was just a coincidence. Maybe these ideas were just floating around, but then it starts hitting on exact things I've talked about. Quantum immortality, deja vu being proof of past deaths, how reality might not even exist until we observe it. And then it asks the biggest question of them all. Have you already died?
Then you have already died countless times, but you never noticed. But how? To know about it in detail, let's start today's documentary with one of the most fundamental principles of quantum mechanics, and that is superposition.
Guys, this is really weird. Like really weird. I really don't even know how to explain this. Now, maybe it's not just me, but I need to know, were any of you guys in the GATE program growing up? Because I was. And for my whole life, I kind of felt like I saw things a little bit differently than everyone else out there. And now this AI generated video is actually repeating thoughts I've had since I was a kid. The idea that reality isn't fixed, the consciousness never actually dies, that it just shifts form without even realizing it. And then here's where it gets even weirder. I've practiced astral projection, and the more I did, the more I noticed something disturbing. The line between lucid control, dreaming, and waking reality, I don't think is as solid as we think it is. So now I have to ask, if reality is only real when it's observed, what happens when you leave your body and observe it from the outside? And as I was watching this video, that's where I started to freak out, okay? We've talked about all of this before, privately. And somehow, an AI-generated video uploaded weeks ago is now explaining it almost word for word. And if that wasn't creepy enough, then it says, you've already died countless times but never noticed. Your consciousness only follows the path where you survive. Reality isn't real. It only exists once you observe it. It's not just a weird AI video anymore. This kind of feels more like a blueprint. Now, you've probably heard of Schrödinger's cat, and it's the idea that something is both alive and dead at the same time until it is observed. Now imagine that cat in that box is you. What if every time you were supposed to die, you just shifted? If every close call you've ever had in life was actually a moment where you did die, but your consciousness just continued on in the timeline where you survived. Think about it. Car accidents you barely avoided, illnesses you recovered from that they said you weren't going to, freak moments where you should have died, but you didn't. What if those weren't near-death experiences? What if they were death experiences?
You only see the moments leading up to it.
And then, guys, this AI video asks the most chilling question out of any I've ever heard. What if you did die? What if you've already died? And if every close call was that shift? How many times have you already been dead? Why don't you remember? Because if reality really works the way that AI is describing it, that means you've never actually died. You've only ever woken up somewhere new. And now, here's the final piece. The part that I can't shake. This AI-generated video actually says that ancient civilizations might have hidden this knowledge because people wouldn't understand it. So I have to ask, if they knew about this and AI is just now revealing it to us, did they hide it to protect us or to stop us from waking up? For me, this is no longer a theory. This is something we can now track. We're launching a study, guys, because if this theory is real, then you've already died before. And this might be proof that we were never meant to notice. Have you ever had a near-death experience? Reality glitch, a memory that doesn't quite match up. Have you ever noticed something you weren't supposed to? Drop your story in the comments. We're going to be tracking real world experiences and comparing everybody's. If you want to participate in this little research study, if you've ever felt anything like this before, if you've ever had a situation where something just felt off, please drop it in the comments. Let's discuss it.